Well, I gotta tell you, see this model? This is Frank's Market. That's how the store was when I was a kid and I worked. And how I got started on this is a joke because one time my wife bought me for Christmas a model. And if you take over there, John, see that ice house?
Right.
All right, my wife bought me that for Christmas one year. And I opened a box. It was a little box, very small. I opened it up. I saw the nice picture of this ice house. But I saw all these pieces of wood and all, and I said, what the heck am I going to do with this? It laid for a good 5 or 6 years. And one time I got a chance, I opened it up. I said, well, I'm going to make it. And then I started making it. And I said, it's really not that bad if you follow the instructions. So that's what I'm going to get the dimensions, and I'm going to make it as close as I can. You can see the Frank's Market on there, my good old Uncle Stanley. He painted that for me, the sign. I had to get help. But the inside is pretty much as it was. As you can see, here's the side room. This is where we used to have the produce. It was a produce box. My first job was weighing potatoes, right on that little scale there. So then that was it. This is the way the store was laid out. That was dairy, produce, frozen food was here, grocery was along the shelf, and this was the meat. When I got older, I became a meat cutter, and obviously this is the meat box. You used to wait on people here, and that was it. The back room is here. We used to unload the trailers. Sometimes we had to throw stuff down the cellar, went down there. But that's a pretty good replica of Frank's Market. So let's see, we'll put the stuff back on. You can see it's old and it's not as sturdy as it should be, but it serves the purpose. Yeah, see, when I was a kid, there was Packard Motor Company, Bessner's. They're on Conlog Avenue. They had the garage. That's a copy of the garage. And they had the red and blue trucks. You can see a lot of trucks are red and blue, so I kind of painted it to be like that. And I tried to get the kind of trucks that they had. And I made that model. It was already getting easier to do it then. This brown and white, the yellow and brown house right there. That's a house on 418 George Street in South Amboy. That was where I was born. I lived there till I was 3.5 years old. The house next to it is a house on Pine Avenue that my wife Judy lived in till she got married. Obviously, her mother lived there till she died about 2-3 years ago. So they're the things with
local
topics.
Good.
On my father's farm, we had the barn, and one of the jobs we had to do was baling hay. And we used to borrow a truck from Good Farrington's. It was an International with the stakes like that. And I kind of made that truck to match it. And you can see a guy up top there with the bale of hay. And that was a nice job. It was 100 degrees out. It was about 120 degrees out in the hay mound. But that hay had to be put up there. So that's part of my growing up.
Oh?
Well, Johnny asked about the trolleys out there. I don't remember the trolleys. I remember taking the trolley tracks up. But I've seen pictures. Public Service had trolleys, and that's the color they were. But they ran through South Amboy. I think they ran from Keyport probably to New Brunswick or Perth Amboy. I really don't know. But they were taken up probably during the war. That was probably the end of it. Yeah, speaking of the war, John, I got a couple of these trucks. See this truck? This is a rubber truck. This is the kind of toys we played with during the war when they had to make them out of rubber. You can see it's really not too sturdy. but it looks like it's a model of a old GMC from the 30s.
Hmm.
So, speaking of the trolleys, public service had the trolley, then they went into buses. There's a public service bus.